welcome back to Crafts by KMW. Thank you so much for clicking on the video to watch it. I truly appreciate it and I hope you enjoy it. So this is my first video in a couple of weeks. I have been sick yet again and I am finally feeling better. It's been a head cold, pretty much centered up here. Congestion, cough, sore throat, runny nose, all the yucky stuff that comes with a cold. I feel like I have spent the better part of the last 2 months being sick. I was sick for about a week and a half before Halloween, and then I had like maybe a week in between where I was good, and now I've been sick here before Thanksgiving and after Thanksgiving. Today is the Sunday after Thanksgiving. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday or whatever holiday there is that you might have celebrated recently. I know that not all of my subscribers and watchers are from the US, so I would love to know about what you did for Thanksgiving or any holiday that you celebrated or just what you did over the weekend. I read all the comments and I love hearing about what you guys are doing in your life, so let me know. I really didn't do too much at all except for tend to my cold, and I'm really excited that today I feel better. I did a little bit of cleaning and organizing. I'm gonna do a little bit of crafting, and I'm finally making another video. So the video I have for you today is a flip through of a book that I got about 2 months ago. I ordered it right in the beginning of October. I saw a flip through and review from Color with Claire, and before her video was even over, I was all set to purchase the book through Etsy. So I really like this one, and this is the book. It is Mysterious Places by Karolina Kubikowska. She is a Polish artist based in Poland, and she has an Etsy shop. That's where I bought it. She sells coloring books, she sells postcard books if you like a smaller format, and she sells PDFs of many of her coloring pages as well as original artworks that are not in any book. I love her Etsy store. I bought a bunch of PDFs. I actually just went on there and bought a new one. It's a Christmas one. It's of a little girl with reindeer horns on her head, and there's some other Christmas things going on in the background. It's really cute. I can't wait to color it. But if you don't know Karolina, her style, as you can see from the front of the book, is very scratchy. She uses a lot of dark lines, and she is really detailed, but her work is also so ethereal and whimsical and fantastical, a little bit dark, a little creepy sometimes, but really awesome, and I think different from a lot of the books that we see out there. And that's one reason that I wanted to buy it, because I really look for images and artists and artwork that is a little bit off the off the deep path, or off the regular road. I'm not sure I'm describing it right, but just a little bit different. I really like to color images that are unique, and Karolina definitely has a very unique style. And this book is actually a project book where you are taking 6 images that she has given you and making them into a project, which I was like, oh yeah, I'm down for that, totally. Being a crafter and a colorist, I love making stuff and putting things together. So I wanted to show you, before I get into the book, what the project is, because I think it will help to understand a little bit more about the book and what it is if you see it ahead of time. So this is the page that I did, And I don't know if you can tell from this, but it is 3D. So here you can see some of my little 3D foam stickers in there. So what she gives you is a background and then several pages of individual elements that you color cut out and then apply onto the background using 3D foam tape. So in this image, we have the background. Here's one of the individual images. The cat is, this whole bottom piece is, and then there's another branch up here that are the pieces that you cut out and then you apply with foam tape. So, and it is meant to go into a shadow box frame. So here's one that I have. I got this from Pottery Barn. I don't know, I probably had this shadow box frame about 20 years. I bought it to put my mom and dad's baby shoes in and make kind of a little vignette with them. As you can see, I haven't done it yet because I don't know what I want to do with it. So I've been putting it off, so this frame has just been sitting around. But what's different about a shadow box frame, if you have never seen one before, is that they are thick. And then the frame usually opens from the front. This one is magnetic. I think all of them are probably very similar. And then there's a depth to the frame, so you can put 3D things inside. And then also gives you a little bit of room on the top as well, so you can display, you know, whatever you want, memorabilia, flowers, whatever you want that is not flat. So your projects from this book are meant to go in the shadow box frame. Now this frame is a teeny tiny bit big for the page, but, and there you have it. Sorry about all the glare. It is a really gloomy, dark, kind of almost snowy day here, so there's not much sunlight coming in at all, so I had to turn a light on. So I'm sorry about the glare, but this is how you could display it. And I will say ahead of time that you absolutely do not need to buy shadow box frames for this. The cardstock that this book is made out of is really thick, and you could absolutely 100% just stand this up against a wall, against a shelf. You could put it on one of those little plate stands and just display it that way. You do not need to buy a special frame for this. I have this frame, but I'm not going to use it for one of these because I want to use it for something else. And I don't think I'm going to buy any additional shadow box frames for these projects. I think I'm just going to display them as they are. So if that is something that you were thinking, oh, I don't want to go out and have to buy, 6 additional frames. You don't. You can display these just as they are, or in a little stand or whatever, because they're made from thick cardstock and it will stand up just fine. So now that I've shown you that, I'm gonna go ahead and switch views to top view so I can go through the pages and show you the book. Okay, I am back so we can look at the book now. So the book itself is a bit smaller than a US sheet of paper, which is 8.5 by 11. So I would say this is about 7.5 by 10. I haven't measured it, but just looking at how it fits on a sheet of notebook paper, that's my guess. So it's not a huge book. It's not overwhelming in size, and these are definitely completable images in a reasonable amount of time. I think it took me, I don't know, I completed mine in one day. I took several breaks over the day, but I think all told, it probably took me about 2 hours, I would say. if I collapsed all the time down over the day. So it was not bad at all. I love that. I love when you can start a project and finish it in one day and get that satisfaction of completing it. I'm not really a patient person. I really don't like having projects kind of strung out over multiple days. So even though I do a lot of crafts that have you do that, like diamond painting, but I really enjoy things that you can complete relatively quickly. So the book is relatively thick because the pages are all made with cardstock, and I'll talk a little bit about that in a second. So the cover is really nice, thick cardstock. It is shiny. And then on the back, it gives you a little blurb just to introduce the book. So I'll read that to you. It says, I invite you to a three-dimensional world of magic, where forest animals feast in the shade of trees, where princesses, without waiting for a prince, escape from castles on their own, where a cockchafer sets up on a journey on the back of a trained kitten. Inside, you will find 6 designs to color, cut, and fold into a so-called shadow box. 5 of them are completely new, never presented anywhere. The 6th design comes from the set of postcards Spirits of Easter, which is no longer available for sale. At the end, I added a colorful surprise. So there's actually a 7th project to make, and I'm not going to give away what it is. So I'll show you that when we get there. So I'm not really sure what the folding part is. I didn't have to fold anything when I made my project, and it seems like you don't really have to fold. It's just basically color, cut, and assemble, which is using your foam tape. So I'm not sure where the folding part comes in. So I just wanted to clarify that. So when you open the book, you get to the title page, which is colorable. I will probably definitely color this and maybe cut it out and use it in one of my junk journals or on a scrapbook page or something like that. It's just a beautiful, beautiful image. And you can see what I mean by her images being a little dark. You could see where she has a third eye here. And she still looks beautiful. Her images are so beautiful, even though they're a little dark and creepy at the same time. So next you have the copyright information, and then she gives you more of an overview of what the book is about. So she talks about how there are different layers. You color and cut out the layers, and then you assemble them with foam tape. And she gives you English and the Polish writing on here. So really it's only this part. If you read English like I do, it's just the top part. So then on the back, you get a little bit more instruction and directions. And she does tell you what size frame you need to purchase. So she says it is an 18 by 24 centimeter frame, about 2 to 3 centimeters thick if you do want to purchase a frame. But again, as I said, you don't need frames for this. You do not have to spend any more money. The projects will look beautiful, not framed. I just thought of this in between switching from the front facing to overhead, that you could also use just a mat. Mats are super cheap. They come in packs, and you could just mat it and just tape the your project to the back of a mat and stand it up that way. So it'll look more finished, more complete, but you're not spending a lot of money on a whole frame. So just another idea. So in this book, you get all of the layers for each project, but you also get a completed image as a coloring page. So this is the one for the project that I completed. So I'm really excited about that. I love this. I love the little cat, the little bug that's on there. I think she called it a cockchafer. I don't know, I kind of called it a grasshopper. So, and I colored it that way. But I love that I have another option to color this image in because I just love it. I used metallic watercolors on this on the background, as well as a little bit of chalk pastel to give the top part a little bit of a different hue. And then I used colored pencils. I used my Spectrum Noir pencils, which I can't stand, and I'm trying to get rid of them, and a few Tombos, and then a tiny bit of gel pen and some more chalk pastel for like the bottom here. I use chalk pastels there and on the background, which you can't really see too much, but this was really, really fun to color. And again, I'm excited to get another chance to color this image in different colors and with different materials. So now we'll get to the next project. So this is the second one. So this is the coloring page for the next image. So, so cute. I love the little bunnies. So adorable. Again, her images are just so fanciful and really imaginative and just so fun. This is going to be really fun to color. So when you turn the page, it shows you how everything goes together. So on this one, you have 4 different pages of elements that make up the image. On the cat one, there were 3. So you have the background, which is here. And then you have these little, you have the bunny, you have these top and bottom environmental elements with the plants and the trees, and then you have Mama Bunny herself. And they're all labeled so you know exactly what order they get attached in. So here's the background, and then the little baby bunnies will go first. Mama Bunny will go next, and then these will go on top. So these 2 will be the very top layers. I would imagine it doesn't matter which one you do first. I imagine you could do the bottom first as well. So here is the background. And when I did mine, I colored the complete page because I wasn't sure what parts would be covered and what parts wouldn't be. So I figured I would be safe to just color the entire image, so I would be sure that there wouldn't be any white showing. Then we have here the pages of the separate little elements that go on. And then we have the mama image. So on this one, the mama image is 2. So she, again, gives you a little bit of instruction on how to color that, to color and cut that out. So for this one, it says, remember to also cut out the empty area inside the dress. So you'll cut out this here, because that's where the little bunnies are visible. And this is where you can, but don't have to, crop the image all the way around. You can leave the side edges intact. So I would probably cut this out here, here, around, and then the inside as well. So, and then each one of these you can cut around. You can leave an edge as well, and I hope you'll be able to see it. But so on this branch, on the one that I did, I tried at first to cut around all the individual leaves, and some of them were falling off. This fell off. I had to attach it by itself. I think this fell off here. This is not attached. It was really hard to keep everything because some of the areas are so tiny. So what I started doing, and you can see up here, is I left white space and I just cut around. And then when I attached it and I could see what would be in that area, I just colored in the white spaces. So here there was background here, so sky, so I colored that blue. Here you could see this would be a little part of the tree trunk, so I colored that brown, and it made it so much easier. And I did that. This one I was able to completely cut out, but I did that again like here. I didn't go really in depth in between these leaves, and then I just colored them blue for the background. So you can definitely do whatever works for you. I think this one will be a little bit easier to cut around all the little parts. There's not as many little areas, but down here, there's a lot of little stems and stuff, so you might want to do that. So that is the next one. And then this is the third one. I love, love, love this one. I was gonna do this one first, but the reason I didn't is that Color with Claire. So Claire on her video, when she did the review and flip through of this book, this is the one she did. So I decided not to do the same one that she did. So that's why I did the cat one. But I love this one. I'm so excited to do it. I love the coloring page. So here's the coloring page. And then next we have the layer pages. So here's the background. And then here are a few of the individual layers. And then here are the last layers. And don't be fooled by this because it's upside down. It does go right side up to make the image. I guess you could put it upside down if you wanted to, but it does go right side up. And again, all of the images are on the backs and the directions to tell you exactly what to do with each layer and how to cut it out. And then the next one is this really cute, I believe this is a fox. I guess it could be considered a wolf too, but I like foxes better than wolves, so I'm gonna call it a fox with this beautiful castle and all of the foliage. And then here we have the background. Next layer, and then the last two layers. And then here is the image from the front of the book. So we get to create that one, which I was really happy about. Usually you see the image from the book like early from the cover early on in the book. So as I was flipping through, I was like, oh, she's not giving us that one. And then here it is. So here's the coloring page. I'm excited to do this one. Love it. And then here's the background, the next layer, and then the last two layers. And again, she's upside down just to fit on the page. And this one, I suspect, is the one that comes from the postcard book that is no longer in print. So I don't know that for sure, and I don't remember if Color with Claire said in her video, but I'm guessing that this is. Oh, this image is just so adorable with the little bunnies. So here we have the background, the next layer, the next layer, and then the last layer. I believe this is the top layer. Let me see. Shows you how everything goes together. Yeah, so this is the top layer. So, so cute. And then here is the surprise. So we get a completed colored one from Karolina. And it is actually the one from the front cover. So here is her background. Here's how she did the next layer, the leaves, and then the last two layers. So if you wanted to, you could, all you have to do is cut these out because they're pre-colored. So you could cut these out and then assemble them, and you would have one done by an artist. You would have one that you could give away, an additional one, an extra one. I think that would be really fun. So that is the little surprise that Karolina colored one for us. So that is the book. Again, it is available in Karolina's Etsy store. If I remember, I'm really bad at this, but if I remember, I will link her Etsy store below in the comments. So you can just go there and check it out. She also has a lot of other coloring books, and again, lots of PDFs if you like to do those. Her PDFs are like $3-something, $3.33, $3.50, something like that. Again, a little expensive, but I think for the quality of the images that you get, the quality of the artwork, I think it's worth it. I bought a bunch of hers, and I'm really looking forward to coloring them. I'm working on printing them out so I can get started on them. So let me know what you think of the book in the comments. And again, let me know how your holiday was. Are you getting ready for Christmas? Are you decorated yet? I finally finished. I was working on decorating since November 1st. And with all the sickness, I just couldn't get it all done, but I finally got it done. I think on Saturday I was finished. And so now I can just sit back and admire. I love decorating for Christmas because I have a lot of things from my mom. She passed away 4 years ago. And so just seeing a lot of the things that she had and bought and loved just make me happy, and it kind of helps me get through the holidays now that she's not here. So it's just really meaningful for me. So let me know what's going on, and let me know if you have any requests for future videos. I am super hoping that over the Christmas New Year's break that I will have lots of opportunity to make videos. So please let me know if there's anything you want to see, a specific color along, a specific tutorial or products or anything like that. Let me know and I will try to accommodate you. So once again, thank you so much for watching the video. You can also find me on Instagram and sign up for my Facebook group. I'm really trying to get that off the ground, so I would love it if you would check that out. It is a private group, so we will get none of the scammers or anything like that. So please consider joining if you would like to just be in a really friendly, welcoming group of just general crafters and people who love being creative. So think about joining my Facebook group. So thank you so much. Have a very fabulous and of course a very crafty day.